coach. So they've already got a little screen covering over this guy here to keep them pesky mud daubers from going in there and making their home.
No lie.
They love to go in there and make their home. You do have speakers on the outside of the coach right here, so you can listen to the radio on the inside of the coach plus the outside of the coach, or both at the same time, not away.
Okay.
Your refrigerator ventilation is back here. This lets the moisture come out of the refrigerator. It also has screen coverings on it right here as well to keep the mud daubers from going in there. Your heat will come out of here on the top side right here is where it comes out of the refrigerator. And then this is your ventilation above your cooktop. It does have two little tabs right here that you can flip to open this up and let it be open when you're using it. Then you can also snap it into place when you're not using it. Up there on the top side. So your storage compartment in here, got a little plastic catch on the side here that flips open. Locks that into place, and it does pass clear through to the other side of the trailer that way. These little plugs laying right here, these are just spare caps for the low point drains. And this one is for your fresh tank drain. It's on the back side of the coach. The low point drains is actually just right underneath here, on the back side of the water heater.
Okay.
You just screw the two little caps on and off on them guys. That'll drain your cold and hot water lines in the coach. It won't drain them 100% dry, but it just drains some of the water out of them. So, like for camping, if you've been out in camp for a weekend or whatever, and it's going to be a couple weeks before you go back camping or a month, it's always good to take them two little caps off, let them lines drain out. It's also good to take the cap or plug out of the water heater and let him drain out. Just let the water get cold first before you take it out of there. And then that way your water don't get so stale and musty in the water heater or your lines that way. It just makes it a lot easier to deal with. Your wrench right in here against the wall, the first wrench, is what you would use to take your spare tire up and down. And then the other wrench you use for your stabilizer jacks on the back that goes up and down. Alright, so in case of a mechanical malfunction.
Oh, I see what you're saying, because they are electric in the back,
Yep.
aren't they? Yeah.
You got two 30-pound propane cylinders, one on each side of the coach. They are both completely full. So the little gauge is in here on this one. You can see in there when it reads green, you have when it reads green, you have gas going through the system. When it turns from green to red, you've run out of gas. It's just a simple turn valve. You just simply rotate this guy over that way, and you can open and pull off the other bottle that way.
Okay. Oh, so when we lose this bottle, turn that.
Yep. And then you can turn the other bottle on. Then you can take this one off and go get it refilled that way.
Okay.
Down underneath this guy is where your front storage compartment's located at. It's got a little plastic catch latch right there that holds it up in the air where you can access the front compartment for storage. You also have your battery right underneath here, and it is a brand new Deep Cycle Marine battery.
Okay.
So this little guy here is the controller to the room up here in the very front. It's just a control box in. If it ever throws a malfunction or anything, there'll be a little light that'll blink up in here in the top. It'll give you a code so you can see what's going on with it, whether it's got, low battery voltage or one of the motors has had any problems. It'll tell you which one it is for repair.
Hopefully they have them out here.
Of course, this guy here is to raise and lower your front landing gear by just retracting or extending the landing gear. You go up and down on this guy. This little port here is so you can plug in a solar panel and set a solar panel out here off to the side to let the sunlight draw and charge your battery up if you're doing a lot of boondock camping to keep the battery charged up that way.
Okay.
You have a light right here with a switch on the bottom that comes on and off. Okay, there he goes. So you'll come on that way so you can see the hookup of a nighttime that way. This is just your battery ventilation right there. Lets the battery ventilate out. Up here on the side of the coach, this gives you your trailer manufacturing sticker. It's just when the full VIN number of the trailer, the manufacturer's date of the trailer, the total number of pounds the trailer can haul. It also gives you your axle weights right here and tells you what ply of tires they actually come out with on the trailer when it first come out. Then this is just your tire sticker here that tells you the size of the tires, the ply of the tires, how many pounds of air they hold. The yellow sticker down here, it tells you all this. It's in kilograms, but it tells you your cargo carrying capacity of the trailer in kilograms. It also tells you what a full tank of water is in kilograms as well. There's another one of these stickers they put on the door jamb, on the door frame, that tells you the same information, but they tell you that in U.S. measurement rather than in kilograms, so you don't have to convert it over that way. Okay. This guy right here is your other propane bottle on the other side of the coach here.
So in other words, once I switch that, I don't need to do anything here.
No, you just take it.
Yep, just automatically just turn the bottle on and off. Yep.
Are all bottles off right now?
The one on that side is turned on, this one's shut off. Inside this guy here allows you to pass through the other side of your compartment. You do have a flip-on light right here so you can see to get in and out of here. You have a battery disconnect here for long-term storage. So you can, it's in the on position right now when it faces this way. So if you're going to be not using it for a long period of time that way, you can turn this guy straight up and down. And that'll shut the battery off up front so nothing drains the battery gun. There's certain things in here like your radio, the LP detector, all that kind of stuff will hold memory and it'll pull on that battery, and eventually over time it can run the battery down. These two switches in here, you've got a pair of an LED light strip and two little round blue lights over your pin box up here on the front. And that's what them two switches turn on, is your LED lights on the side and then your little blue lights right here. So you can turn them on of an evening when you're in the campground. People driving through the campground can see your display lights that way. Kind of like Christmas lights.
We be fancy now.
Yeah.
This guy right up here is your cable and satellite hookups inside the coach. So they've got them all kind of labeled up here where everybody kind of goes. This bottom one is for your bedroom, your fireplace one, and then you've got your cable and satellite input to where it would feed into all of them. This one's just a blank one.
Okay.
So
what do we? All right.
So you can hook up to this top one right here, and that will feed all the televisions in the coach. Yep. This guy right on the outside right here, this is your city water connection hookup. It's also your tank fill as well. You want to use a water regulator on this guy so you don't exceed 55 pounds of pressure to keep the lines and stuff from wanting to seep or leak. The regulator can go on right here, and your hose can attach to it, or you can put it on at the hydrant itself and then attach your hose to that. And then once you turn it on, when you're on the city water side, it's just like being in your home. The pressure that the regulator is set at will give you constant water pressure throughout the whole coach that way. So once you're hooked to this guy and turn your water on, you've got turn valves inside this compartment right here. So when the valves are straight up and down like that, they are set up for city water hookup or for winter to use for winterization. So with these guys set like this and you're hooked to your city, it's just like being in the house. If you're going somewhere where you do not have a water hookup to fill your freshwater tank, you'll turn this bottom one over that way and then still hook into here, and that'll fill up your freshwater holding tank. Once your freshwater holding tank's full, it'll run over the overflow valves, which is in the back there onto the ground, so you know it's full. You just simply shut the water off back there. Once you shut the water off, you'll turn this valve back up, and you'll turn this valve that way, so you can use your water pump to start pulling water out of the tank that way to go through the system. And that's what you'll use for your water, is your water pump in your tank hole. Okay. With both valves set this way, when you get ready to winterize, this is the winterized valve. You can unscrew this little guy and screw a hose onto here that'll stick into a gallon jug of antifreeze, so you can pump